Yeah. A swear jar.
Funded by Shane.
Right.
I'm sorry.
So we are sat here today to bring you the Shrewsbury Biscuit team. This is going to be a new adventure for us because we're going to turn the Shrewsbury Biscuit into a kind of talk show, I guess. Yeah, like a panel.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we now have, there's 3 of us on the team. I'm going to go around the room and we'll start with JODIE. You could just introduce yourself and tell me your favourite soap and why.
My favourite. I don't watch soaps. That's really boring.
Or TV
isn't
show
it?
then.
Favourite
We'll start with TV show. I don't watch soaps either. I don't know why I did that. I don't even watch soaps.
Favourite TV. The only things I watch, obviously, Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory?
Yeah,
I like that.
it's ending soon, which I'm really upset.
It gets a lot of stick, doesn't it, that show? I don't know why.
Yeah, I think it probably should have finished 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
But nobody else could have ever done Sheldon. I quite like that guy.
Yeah, he's my dream man.
Really?
Yeah, if we can find me a Sheldon.
If there's any Sheldonites out there
there
for JODIE, please write to us at the shrewsburybiscuit@gmail.com. Yeah. So yes, we got a lady on the show, and that's great because we got 2 different dynamics of that, and we've also got quite very opposite to a lady actually. We got my boy Shane Hinton. How's it going, Shane? You right?
Yeah, I'm all good. You?
But yeah, introduce yourself, Shane.
I'm Shane. Sometimes. Oh no, I'm not sometimes Shane anymore.
No, well, you might actually be a bit of a sometimes Shane, depending on scheduling. To be honest,
Yeah,
you know?
but I'm Shane. Lived in Shrewsbury all my life. That's basically it, really.
You lived in Shrewsbury all your
That's
life.
the most interesting thing about you.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And me and Shane met last
2 years.
Halloween.
No, it's more than that.
2 Halloweens ago. 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2017. Halloween 2017. I was like, I need some friends. I need something to do. My mom was like, I got a friend who's looking for zombie actors at the prison. And I was like, I'm going there to cover it for the podcast anyway. So I went up and we all dressed up as zombies, and this weird tall guy with a brain sticking out the top of his head and an eye missing was like, hi.
Like he is today.
Yeah. I was like, yeah,
Sweet
it looks
fuck
great. And his bare eye socket was the talking point, and so we started talking. And
I was like, come here, I'll do your makeup like a true manly man.
That's weird because you can't really say that the first time you met someone is they're doing your makeup. It's really, I mean, yeah. And JODIE, actually, I started speaking to. Do you guys remember when I had that meltdown on Pride Hill? I was like, nobody will talk to me.
I was like, which meltdown? I was thinking, where are we going with this?
This is why I brought a team in, because I was kind of like, I can't do it, man. I just can't do it, man. It's too much work. Like, yeah, you were very kind to me. And you were kind of like, I could help you out with a few, lessons on how to talk to people, because
How to talk.
Yeah, how to talk. I can do this. I can do this all day, every day. It's kind of natural to me. But standing on the street, interrupting people.
Aren't you a voice actor?
I am a voice actor. I do bits.
But in a closed room with no people.
Yeah, I can do this. But like on a busy street, people are sprinting down Pride Hill trying to avoid the big issue guy, and the guy trying to sell N-Power gas, and the guy at the Shrewsbury Biscuit kind of trying to be like, you ready for Christmas? That was kind of hard for me, So, you said you'll come on and, here you are.
So it took 4 months.
Yeah, no.
to get me in.
Alex.
Well, I did put it on social media quite a bit, like, we're bringing in the team. The royal we won't be a royal we anymore. We're going to do this. And it never really did it because I don't do very well with delegating. I don't do very well with kind of, let's do this, guys. Pick up and go and do this. And you need to be here. I'm not very good at stuff like that. So I kind of put it to the back of my mind. But it's working on my other show. Shane's been working on my other show as well. That taught me how to work with a team of people and how to make things better. And I've got them to thank for this. So here we are today.
And with a couple of kicks in the backside for you.
Yes, absolutely.
Because that's what you need sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bless you.
I do need a kick up the backside. I think everybody does, though, don't they? Really, realistically. I think if you're arrogant to feel like you can do it by yourself and nobody else matters, then I think that's when things fail. So it's good to have this kind of it's a physical conscience I now have. Which one's the devil and which one's the angel? I don't quite know yet.
Time will tell.
I think we probably know.
Yeah. I'm blatantly the angel.
Obviously.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. So we're going to be sharing up a lot of the social media. The social media is going to take a good revamp as well. I think we're going to open up a Facebook page. We'll still have the group as kind of a fan page, I think, but we're going to move everybody over to the group, the page, I think, because that's a bit better for us. There's been a lot more interaction on our social media and things, so things are going to get better for us, and also we can kind of spread our wings a bit. We all know different people. We all have different ideas, so we can kind of move around and...
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? What have you guys got to add to this, then? What do you think? What do you think of the Shrewsbury Biscuit, and how do you think we can... Where do you think we're going wrong with this, and where do you think we can go forward,
For me, I think it's just involvement of everyone. So I think maybe put it out there and see what people want from us. I think, if we can produce something that somebody wants to listen to, whether that's in the car, at home... just taking that time out. You made a good point early. A lot of people are sort of, stuck in their houses or for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Let them actually know what's going on outside. I think that's going to be a really cool idea.
I think so too, because it's very much a verbal magazine. You're like, oh, what's going on in the Shrewsbury Biscuit today? Well, did you know that there's a comic book festival coming in a couple of weeks? And did you know that this, that, and the other? Yeah, so it's going
to be a podcast that isn't just comic books as well.
No,
that's what I'm here for. Jodie, who's never read a comic book.
Well, you're going to learn. I mean, it's weird because it's these kind of things kind of weave their way back into my life because I'm a bit of a nerd, but it just so happens that there is a comic book festival coming, so we're kind of talking a lot about comic books lately. But we got new ideas for new segments. You had a great idea for a segment, didn't you, Shane? Talk about that.
Yeah. Okay. So the new segment which I've thought about was we're going to call it Memoirs of a Slopian or Slopia. I'm not quite sure which one. Yeah. Which basically is going to be so when your grandparents or your grandma or whatever starts telling those stories which you hear time and time again and you're fed up of hearing, I want to hear them because you guys have heard it doesn't mean that we haven't heard it or anybody else in Shrewsbury hasn't heard it, and there's memories and there's these little bits of history that are just dwindling away on a day-to-day basis. So the whole idea of Memoirs of a Slopian is to get these things on tape, get them recorded and get them documented. Even if it's duplicated again and again and again by several different people, it's different perspectives, and getting them all in one place, giving them the time to talk about it. And I think it'd just be really good. I enjoy hearing stories from other people's parents, even from my own parents and stuff. I'm in my late 20s.
Oh, it's so old.
Jeez. And
hold on, am I the oldest between us? I've just sort of realised that now.
32.
Do you want to be on Memoirs of a Slopian?
So I'm the first guest. That's what I'm here for.
So, Jodie,
I remember in Shrewsbury.
Well, this is the thing. Everybody kind of jokes about back in the day when
this is it.
Kids weren't like that when I were about. We don't live in Yorkshire, but you get the idea. These are stories that you kind of, if you have a relative and they kind of say these stories all the time, it's kind of their party piece. Granddad's at it again. Other people might be really interested to hear that.
I would be really interested. I love hearing these old stories. I love talking to old people, and I love hearing them.
What's your favourite story you've heard about Shrewsbury?
About Shrewsbury? Loads. I can remember talking to one guy. I'd have been about 13, something like that. And I can remember
Shane had hair.
When I had hair, and I was good looking. Oh yeah, I bumped into this bloke at the bus station. I'd just been swimming and I was just going home, and it's this old fella. I was sat next to him at the bus station. I just started talking to him, and we ended up going off and getting a coffee. And I spoke to him for hours and hours and hours. I got in so much trouble because I was late home. But it turned out that this chap was. I mean, I've only got his word for it. So, whatever.
Get to the point, buddy. Get to the point. There's a point here somewhere.
I don't want to promote that, if you're 13, to go off and drink with a
guy
that you've met at
no,
a bus stop. I just kind of want to put that out there.
And also, if you're going to tell a story, don't be like, I met this guy and he was a nice enough looking guy. I mean, his shirt was a bit dirty and it was raining that day though, so I kind of, maybe...
We just want to know the fun bit. Or is that just your favourite memory?
Just talking to an old man, yeah. No, it turned out basically he was... He was like a spy, and he used to go behind enemy lines, and I can't remember exactly what what country or
Oh,
whatever
like in
now.
the war, you mean?
Yeah,
something?
yeah, and
okay, I was
like,
gonna say.
and he had to like learn the language and all that kind of stuff, and like dress the same, and he ended up infiltrating this sort of. He ended up being involved with interrogating his own people, if you know what I mean, because to keep his own cover. He was saying he's having to like do these really awful things to his own blokes.
See, the way you were
thing.
saying that then, it sounded
And
like he was a modern day spy.
Yeah.
Hello, little child,
this
come
whole-
talk to me. I'm from Russia, okay? Where does the Prime Minister live?
And if you're a spy, aren't you not supposed to say, "Hey, I'm a spy"?
Well, I don't know, but he probably
Maybe
thought
you're a spy.
maybe I'm a spy. Who even knows? Maybe he trained me.
That's what it is.
Start of like some sort of movie, that is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Better than Assassin's
Start
Creed,
of
anyway.
something.
I get what you mean. Like, there's so many people out there with stories, like, especially with the war. You know, there's so many things that you're like, you
Yeah.
did that? No way. That doesn't
Exactly. And like, I've seen pictures of like these old women and stuff that like when they were younger, there's like ballet dancers and things like that.
Wow!
Yeah, and they're just like, this was me. I'm like, you're having a laugh.
Was it a Google picture?
No, it wasn't. Maybe, but like, you know, but do you know what I mean? It's just
No, that's
like,
really cool. And we could also go to like the battlefield, and
Yeah.
this is supposed to be really haunted. There's loads of stuff on Facebook at the moment. I don't know if you've seen it. People have seen like white feet walking across,
Oh,
and
really?
yeah, people are saying like
I'd love
lots of
to
stories
tell you
around
where
there.
I would love to record from, and we probably get Chris Shirk involved actually with this because it's a great idea. The cellar of McDonald's is meant to be one of the most haunted places.
The
in
Lord Hill Cellar. Have you ever been there?
No.
Oh my God, I've got some photos from it. I went there with the town crier, took me there. And basically when the newest owners took over the hotel, they were putting a gym in the bottom layer of the hotel. So they had to put a reinforced floor. And when they took up the floorboards, there was a trapdoor.
Oh wow!
And then they lifted the trapdoor and there were stairs going down. And I got to go down there and there's all these things and they found like bodies and stuff down there, and it's I've got photos from down there. It was amazing. But yeah, we should go down there. It was really, really cool.
This is what I mean about this town. My heart's going like the clappers now because that's going to be one of my catchphrases. That is, my heart's going like the clappers because this town's full of so much rich history, and not only is
we
it
should do the ghost walk. That's what I did. We should do the ghost walk and sort of like record around, record like things
the
on it.
Tascam, the whole thing.
Yeah, man.
We'll be like most haunted.
Yeah.
Imagine if we catch something on the like audio.
That'll be it. We'll be like millionaires.
Yeah.
No, I was like, I'll be off.
When you say,
I live by myself.
See,
I'm fine.
this is how much of a nerd I am right now. When you say catch something, I was thinking Ghostbusters. You know, when you like hold up the thing and it's smoking, you're like, we've got one in the bag.
That
You
could
know,
be the new uniform.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters jumpsuits. Aye, with Shrewsbury Biscuit. Ding, 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 ding. Yes. We just need we need a guy with glasses now. We round it all up. We need an Egon, a professor that can teach us how to work technology. Because I'm a bit of a caveman when it comes to stuff like this. Yeah, this is. I'm feeling good about this. The idea. What we've just done is we've gone around the table, and each three of us have just come up with different ideas. Like, you know, this is how this is going to work.
That's what happens when you have a conversation, Alex.
This
with,
is what
with other
people do when you leave your house.
Everybody, I absolutely do encourage you all to make friends because this is what happens. Okay.
At bus stops.
Yeah.
With spies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you've got any questions or any suggestions, I mean, like, we want to open this up to people because this is your show. We're doing this for you. There's no other reason we're doing this show other than to give Shrewsbury a good old push in the right direction, you know, and that's why we do this. So if there's anything that you would like us to do on the show, if you have an idea for a segment that we can bring to the show, please get in touch with us.
Or if there's segments in the show that is not working or you don't like, any negative feedback. I can remember when you first started this podcast, everyone was saying how good it was, but you also wanted to know what was wrong with it.
Until they come back and they just go, Shane.
Yeah, get him off. Go home, Shane.
We can hear the boldness through the microphone. It's crazy. I shouldn't say that really because I'm a bald guy normally. I've just got weird hair at the moment.
If you could see my view now.
Yeah, JODIE actually one of her comments on the way up is, "Are hats necessary?" Because you usually see me with a baseball cap. Shane wears his flat cap. Looks like Farmer Giles. No,
you did send a very funny video this morning of you in the cap. And
yeah, I
thought,
left it here.
Maybe I need to go shopping.
Because this is what we do. So this is really, really, really.
And obviously, as well, just to early push, I guess, is if you have any family relatives that might have a story, regardless of what it is. There's no criteria for it. If you have any kind of story whatsoever relevant to Shrewsbury and relevant to history, I guess, then get in touch. If you have a granddad or grandma or a dad or mum,
or if you just lived in Shrewsbury a long time, it'd be cool to just have a chat with you and see the differences of, what's happened over time, and things like that.
Yeah, where you used to go to work and
Different
what
shops.
school you went to and what the school was like, your teachers, things like that.
We could reunite people with old teachers
and old school friends and things. That'd be amazing.
This is why it's such
like
a genius idea, if I may say so myself.
Yeah, we brought Shane on at the right time when he had an idea.
This is his one idea. He's going with it. Let's support him with his idea.
Yeah,
it doesn't happen often. All right, it took a lot of pain to get to this point.
How long did the one idea take?
A while.
And
nearly 30 years.
Yeah, pretty much.
That idea, I'd just finished a night shift and he was ringing me and he was like, Alex. I was like, what? And he was like, I've got an idea.
Can I ring you? He's like, give me 5 minutes.
Let me put some clothes on. I just got to. Yeah, it's a great idea though. I really like that. I think it's going to do really well. Also, as well, we were talking about ways we can kind of give the show some flesh, and we were talking about maybe doing some merchandise, things like that, bring some t-shirts and some hats and posters and things for people. I keep hearing things. I swear to God.
You talk about ghosts, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, yeah. I thought I heard the door.
You sure
open.
it's not because you've got somebody else on the other side of a microphone? You used to be buying for yourself. Is it me breathing into the headphones?
Yeah. I've been doing this a lot lately. I don't know if it's an age thing, but I swear someone was like...
Hold on, I'm older than you. You can't say that.
Oh, I don't know, man. I think people age at different paces, I think. I feel like I'm one of those potatoes that start growing the grass stuff out of it way too early. Like, hold on, I've only had those potatoes 2 days. I'm that potato. That's me.
I'm the potato that's gone rotten.
You're not rotten. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. So yeah, we're going to try and put some merchandise together. What do you reckon we could release as merchandise? To make it like not generic. What would you like to make?
People like coffee.
We
Obviously.
should get like cartoons done of us. Nice ones though.
Funny enough.
Do you know what I mean? Like a caricature or something like that, and then we're the like face
Eric.
on it.
Eric.
Oh my God, if you could see how excited Shane's face is right now. He's had an idea.
We've got a friend who's a famous artist over the States, but we also have like loads of comic book artists. We've got there's Dan Berry who hosts a podcast called Make It and Tell Everybody, not Naked and Tell Everybody, that's everybody thinks it's called. We've got Christian Ward who works for Marvel. I always worked for Marvel. We've got Charlie Adlard from The Walking. You've got loads of people around that we can do this with. That's a great idea. And then what we can do, make a flag, put it on top of my house. This is the Shrewsbury Biscuit. T-shirts, things like that. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, T-shirts. What would identify us? If we're walking down the street, what would you...
I'm going to draw something for you now that Shane's really fed up of seeing.
Okay.
I know exactly what he's going to draw.
Yeah,
as
well.
this is with Thorskin. This is what we wanted to do with Shane. So this is him that we're going to put on posters.
The detail is everything.
There you go. That's it.
Okay.
I think that's brilliant.
You missed a bit.
Amazing.
You haven't done the lines.
And you've got a dip in your head as well. What lines? Oh yeah, Okay.
Are you going to draw me now?
We could have.
Go on.
I don't want to.
I feel a bit left out now.
Go on.
There we go. I'm going to draw JODIE. There we go.
Have I got a wonky smile? One ear bigger
I'm
than
going
the
to give you buck teeth like Cletus, bushy eyebrows,
other. Thanks.
and a handlebar moustache. There you go. I know.
I quit. My one and only show.
You had one job.
I know, yeah. I couldn't even keep the show together for one meeting. I'm really positive about this. I mean, it might go well, it might go down in flames, but we don't know until we try, do we? We're going to do this.
Yeah, no, I think it's really cool. I think I'd messaged one of you yesterday. I can't remember who. This is like some sort of dodgy Tinder date.
Yeah, it is.
We spoke so much online and things like that, and then it's sort of like, oh, will we like each other when we're together?
Yeah.
Is it going to match?
It's always weird when you're like messaging someone on like I've never used these dating apps before, but like I guess but when you Sheldon, can we have one Sheldon, please? It's weird, like, because I message people all the time that you want to come on the show. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I would like, hey, how's it going? I'm Alex from such and such podcast, and we do this, this, and this. Would you like to come on? We'll make a king of you, and we'll talk about you for. And then they come on the show, and I'm like, hey,
hello.
I just wanted to say I'm a huge fan. You know, it's different speaking to people in person, but this is the whole point of this audio test. I'm quite liking it. It's
you get a
sounds really
voice.
good.
I think whenever you message anybody, you read it in somebody else's voice. Is that just me?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You sort of read it as you think they speak. So like now I know what you guys speak like. When I read your messages, I'll read it in your voice.
Do I sound like anything like my messages?
No.
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 But then I don't, because then I don't know. I think I sound.
Well,
like
it's a bit different for us because we
mouse.
got your audio before we got messages.
That's true. Yeah, but you hadn't heard my voice before then. Well, you didn't know who I was.
No, I think you sounded pretty much how I imagined you to sound. I don't know why.
Okay.
With Shane, I expected him to
More
sound like
farmer-like.
brains, because he's dressed up as a zombie when I first saw him. I don't know about me, but what was I going to say? I was going to say something and it's gone. But I like the sound of this. It sounds really good. And I was going to say something, and I think it was really important, and I've forgotten it, and I don't know where it's gone, and I'm just going to ramble here for a few seconds.
And he's the only one with a notepad, and you've
yeah, and
still
I've
not made a
defaced
note
it
of
already.
it.
I was like, oh, draw a line in the sand. I made a bookmark and everything. Like,
And now
for
he's
the
just
new
drew
era.
pictures.
And I should draw a picture of Jodie with a moustache, buck teeth, and bushy eyebrows.
Thanks.
There you go. You haven't even got any hair. Let's draw you some hair.
What's that?
I don't know. I'm not a very good drawer.
We'll put this up on Facebook. Welcome to the team. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, there you go. You look like.
I feel like I need to go and get my hair done.
Yeah,
I feel
there you
dirty.
go. There's
Oh my
Jodie.
god.
Oh, and
Come on,
Shane,
the
draw
Shrewsbury
draw
Biscuit
Alex.
and like
Draw
get your
Alex.
self-esteem
Yeah, draw Alex.
gone.
Be kind. Rewind.
I know you're striking a pose.
So yeah, he's drawn. Oh, he's drawn quite
The most
thin.
hideous out of all of us.
I've,
Oh, okay, there's too much detail going into this.
I know
now.
he's properly going on. This is an audio podcast, and we're going. Oh yeah, he's drawing really, really, really great. He's drawn.
It's like we're playing
eyebrows and all
Hangman
that.
or something with everyone.
This is a great audio
They go
test.
with it.
Oh, these guys, they get together and they draw pictures.
It's Pictionary.
Yeah. I suppose it is.
We can do that. Okay, I think he's just showing off now. Well, he was.
Oh god, that's funny.
Can anybody draw a nose?
So yeah, we were talking about merch and kind of going outside the box, thinking outside the box, not going outside the box. I was thinking maybe we could do card decals.
Yeah, I mean, there's standard things, and then people obviously use pens and stuff like that. Just stuff we can sort of give away or anything like that. And
I'd
to
like-
draw, yeah, you have to draw us a picture if we give
Why
you a
do
pen.
I look like Bon Jovi? My hair doesn't look like that.
Yeah, it does.
Is it really? Okay. Well, we're halfway there.
We need something that's like relevant to the podcast. So like, I don't know, headphones.
I
Is that
think
a
they
logo
do headphones. You can buy them; they're quite expensive. But they
Okay,
do like
if you want to buy headphones, guys.
they do those ones that you kind of pull out of the box and then you kind of wind it back in again. You
Yeah.
know, they do those kind of things, and you can put your logo on the box. If there is anybody out there that would like us to kind of give you a bit of a push, and you'd like to make us something, we're very, very eager to meet up with people and partner up with people like that, because you help us, we can help you, buddy.
And that's from any business as well, I
Yeah.
think. You know, anyone that's, you know, if you're in Shrewsbury, you've got something happening in Shrewsbury, we'll come along, we'll be there,
Yeah.
you know.
And there's more of us now, so we can kind of actually be there, you know.
You can choose who you want, maybe.
Yeah. And whoever has
Maybe
the
not,
most,
actually.
most call outs at the end of the year gets a bonus.
Yeah, this sounds like a great idea. I'll be poor. I'm fed up with Alex, man. Let's get somebody else on. Let's get the pretty one with the moustache and the buck teeth. What? I look.
You look like Jesus.
Okay, so Shane's drawn me as a cannibal.
Caveman.
Yeah, caveman cannibal. I'm gonna eat your face.
Actually, we do look like we both belong in the Flintstones or something like that.
Yeah, let's draw Jodie properly.
Yeah, no, I feel really offended.
Okay.
You've offended our new guest.
I'm not very good at drawing.
Co-host.
now.
Sorry, not guest.
You've got
Yeah.
one wonky eye now. Okay.
If anyone can draw, please draw a picture of, or maybe not. I don't know
This
if
might
I
end
want to
wrongly.
see that. We could do a competition. Whoever draws the best picture of me can.
Gets a shout out.
There you go. Your hair looks really weird because I can't draw hair, but there you go.
I thought you meant just in general.
Yeah.
My hair's just weird.
Why has she got like a beak-shaped nose?
I
got
don't
a
know.
really
I
little
drew.
nose.
It's a Sharpie. You can't do small
For
lines
anyone,
of a
I tell you what,
Sharpie.
we'll put this up and then we'll see and put a picture of me next to it. And
I'll
see
tell you what I'll
it's the
do,
same.
right? I'm going to draw a line here. Which Jodie do you prefer? Right? Jodie.
No, this could be really offensive. And people will be like, well, actually,
Jodie 1
the buck teeth
or
are a bit
Jodie
more.
2.
Any Shrewsbury dentists about that would like to help
What's the
Jodie
date?
with her buck teeth?
Okay, right. Where else can we take this then? Where would you like to take this show? What would you like to achieve with this show? Or go around the room. I know what I want. What would your goal be? You know,
To reach out to all the independent businesses and help form a platform for basically for everybody to link, you know, a common ground for everybody, because I know this for myself and trying to start my own business, it is difficult out there.
Yeah.
And Shrewsbury is competitive, and I think that through the podcast we could potentially give a voice for local businesses, but also a voice from the people of Shrewsbury as well.
Okay.
I think that we can connect to important key people in the town, be it like you said, you know, mayor and councillors and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And then give the people a voice as well as the local businesses as well. And for the entertainment factor as well.
I think it'd be cool to bring Shrewsbury into more modern ages.
Yeah.
Because Shrewsbury is, and it's great that Shrewsbury is like your classical old town. You know, there's not
Very
many
traditional.
places like it, but it doesn't always move with the times. And I think that that's something we could probably help with, and hopefully get people listening to podcasts. And
You guys echo pretty much what I've always wanted from this show. I've always wanted to.
did you always want 2 co-hosts that are amazing?
I did actually always consider bringing in a co-host. I just didn't know kind of what I wanted and how to bring him in and how to make him part of the show. I kind
Everything's
probably
him.
not drawing them with buck teeth.
Them.
Is probably a good
yeah,
start.
yeah, that's not.
Had
too
you
bad.
considered a female co-host before?
Always.
Because somebody put it on Facebook, and I can't remember. Sorry, I can't remember who it was, but I remember seeing
It was,
somebody wrote on Facebook.
Sinead, wasn't it?
Sinead from the prison?
she was
Yeah.
like, how about a female?
Not from prison. We work with each other at the Donna, should I say? But yeah, I've always, even with a really nerdy podcast I work in, Thorskin, I've always wanted a sort of a female to be part of the team, because I think it's really important to get the two dynamics as well. You know, because regardless of what 2018 brought us with, this PC revolution we've got, a male and a female perspective are 2 different things, and I think it's really important to bring those to people. And I would like to, like you said, bring Shrewsbury into the modern day. I don't want to pretend like I am the only guy in Shrewsbury with a podcast, because I'm far from it. There are some other podcasters here with shows far bigger than ours, but like I think we're like the only community-based one to kind of sort of push what's going on in the town. Yeah. And
but then we'd also like to work with other people in the town that have got podcasts and stuff like that. I think it'd be really cool to sort of collab with other people that are doing it.
I had someone offer me recently, very, very big podcaster. He offered me the opportunity to take the Biscuit, what I'm doing, and do it and as a franchise through other towns. So like,
that would be cool.
Yeah. So like, you have like recently, some radio stations have just been bought up by a bigger radio station, and now they've kind of all molded into one thing. Do something similar like that, but with like the Shrewsbury Biscuit, take it to different towns and different places and kind of link them up. But then I was thinking, we need to make the Shrewsbury Biscuit bigger and better and stronger if we're going to do something like that, because I think
maybe that's a goal for next year.
Yeah,
let's
maybe we can get a, I don't know, we can do a Telford Bridge, the Telford Bridge, and we can get people in Telford talking and link them to up, because podcasts are huge. It's a revolution that you can't ignore anymore, because Spotify have just spent like £4 billion on a huge podcast network. And they've done that for a reason. People are listening to podcasts more and more now, and it's great to have something that people can listen to about the community. Not everybody has the ability to get out the house and check what's going on outside their door. Not everybody is able to even read the paper. They could hear the podcast. There's lots of people out there I'd like to connect with the town, and that's my goal. As long with you, whatever you guys say.
Whatever we want.
And also as well with the team, we're going to bond now as a team. We're going to learn to know each other. We're going to get to know each other, learn each other's quirks and our strengths and things like that. And
we want everyone else to learn us as well. You know, if there's anything you want to know about us or things like
do
that.
question time as a segment.
Question time, yeah.
If you have any questions,
well, this is why I'd love to do the.
We should have done like those. You know, you can go on Google and get like first date questions. We should have done that with us. With us. Who would you have
your
as a
favourite meal?
What's your
Starbucks or Costa?
Costa.
Blur or Oasis? Marvel or DC?
See, it always gets back to comics, doesn't it?
It does.
See, I have a favourite between Marvel and DC, but are you not supposed to?
Yeah, well, I mean, some people are very loud and proud about it. I'm kind of like, I don't know, I like both.
I like comics, so I'm not really bothered personally.
What about you?
I reckon you're Marvel.
Do you think?
I don't know. Maybe I think you're a bit of a dark horse. Maybe a DC fan. Maybe
I would be more DC.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Blonde girl wearing the dark top, black canary thing going on there. That's what I thought, you know. But you, yeah. If you watch Arrow, you'll know who Black Canary is.
There's me going, I promise everything's not going to be comic.
With what I drew a picture of, I think it'd say more chipmunks, to be honest, or what's that one with Jack Black, Nacho Libre? Yeah. Well, guys, this has
I
been.
feel like I'm just here to be insulted.
Insult away.
Me, so it's quite.
Let's bring a girl on together and
It's quite refreshing to actually be somebody else getting it, because it's normally me.
Thanks.
But yeah, feel free to throw the banter the other way. That's what it's for. I love this, by the way. I've said it so many times. I'm like that drunk guy. It's like,
we haven't been drinking. There was an offer of a drink.
What was in that coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But I do feel like that drunk guy. I love.
We should do that. We should get drunk and do a podcast and just see what happens.
Oh, that would not end well. I think no
one would ever hear it.
No. Yeah, we've
done
that many.
Invite you all along, right? We're going to be at whatever place, and
we did a podcast at Shane's old flat once, and it was a nightmare, wasn't it? Because we couldn't get the clasps for the mic stands on his coffee table because it was too big. Everything was like we couldn't quite get the equipment to kind of sit right, so we had to like get pieces of wood and stick them onto this, and I was like leaning over the microphone, trying not to knock it on the floor. You can work things out, you know. I think we had a few beers. We had a couple of beers, and I can't work out.
No, because you were driving.
I was driving, yeah.
I did end up getting drunk on the end of the Force of Nature.
Yeah,
episode.
You did. Yeah. It's not good.
But this is going to be a really nice, informative podcast. We're not going to be drunk.
Nope.
There's me going, let's go and get drunk.
This is a different breed of podcast. We kind of we don't want to scare people.
Maybe I need to go on the other one.
You can go on Thorskin.
Yeah, I'd like to actually. That'd be a really good idea. Yeah. Anyway, look, we should. We've done 35 minutes. We should definitely round this up, and people will have a taste of what we're capable of, because we're not always going to be on the same show together, because we've scheduled. The reason why I got the two of you in is because if Shane's working, Jodie can come in. If Jodie's not available, then Shane can come in, and we can kind of work amongst us. If I can't come in, Jesus Christ, you know, you guys can use my equipment and crack on.
We'll just go crazy without the boss.
Yeah, that's what I get all the time. I get that so much. Oh, Alex is not here. Let's party.
Yeah, me, Tom, and Garrett are like that. As soon as Alex and I were like, right then, let's do this podcast properly, then, shall we?
We'll do a live one when Alex is
here. You do the most spectacular show anybody's ever heard, and be like, well, he's fired.
I'll just keep the. What's it? OBS? OSB?
OBS, yeah.
OBS just for when Alex isn't here. I know how to do it. The
subject will be 10 reasons why we hate Al. Number 1, he never shuts up. We like to talk too, you know. I'm really happy about this. I've said it enough times. But like when you work really hard on something and you put lots of passion into something, and it feels really right, it feels good, it kind of, it's melting my heart right now.
Your passion comes across, which is what's really, really good. There's nothing worse, I think, than listening to somebody that's just so monotone, and like, you are excited by what you do.
The Shrewsbury Biscuit. My name's Alex Whiteley, and today we're going to be talking about... I know.
You sound like you're doing the travel report.
Exactly, yeah.
Maybe we can start doing that.
Here, and here.
Hi, Jim, I'm in a chopper and I'm above the M54. It's all good.
What? M50 what?
Right, anyway, let's knock this on the head, and I'm really happy. You guys happy?
Yeah, man.
Are you happy?
We're not as happy as you by the sounds of it, but he's just, I love it, I'm happy.
I'm cloud nine.
No, this is good, it feels good.
Yeah. Okay, thank you guys.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Peace out, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this. Bye.